In a world where fairways meet the airwaves, where birdies and banker collide, welcome to the show that takes you beyond the clubhouse and onto the green. This is Balls and Tees, your passport to the golfing universe, where every swing tells a story and every putt has its punchline. Get ready to step onto the lush greens and dive into the world of divots, drives, and delightful banter.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, it is the one and only Tony Tone the ball with a lot of play. Yes, I am a classic man. As you already know, there's only one magician when it comes to golf podcast, and that is I myself. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it is a Wednesday evening, and I'm so excited to be here because the last time I engaged with you was last week, Wednesday. And as you know, man, my weekend starts on a Wednesday, and I told you do not inhibit bad habits of saying your weekend also starts on a Wednesday because tomorrow you're going to work. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we obliged, you asked us to actually carry the show abroad and to take it overseas. And we did exactly that because tonight's episode, we have a guest from, I won't say the place, but I can tell you that he's from abroad. And we are so excited to host this gentleman because he understands, he lives golf. But ladies and gentlemen, before I even bring in our guest, please let's stick to the drill. And our drill is very simple. Get yourself an ice cold glass of water, juice, whatever you want to drink, because it's about to get hot in here. Already it's hot in Pretoria. I was anticipating some rain today, same as yesterday, but yesterday it rained. Today I see no rain at all. So I hope you guys are ready for this because for as much as the show is going to be heated, you are going to learn a lot more about golf. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's take that 2-minute break. And then after 2 minutes, we come back. Then we progress with the show. You will enjoy yourself. Go get that glass of water. And then when we come back, as you know, things are about to get heated.
In a world where fairways meet the airwaves, where birdies and banker collide, welcome to the show that takes you beyond the clubhouse and onto the green. This is Balls and Tees, your passport to the golfing universe, where every swing tells a story and every putt has its punchline. Get ready to step onto the lush greens and dive into the world of divots, drives, and delightful banter.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the only show that matters. As I said, I hope you've got your refreshments because, man, am I so happy. And you know what makes me more excited is the fact that the gentleman that we have today actually has a name similar to mine. So hopefully it's going to be more fun than I actually anticipated. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming Mr. Antonio Loro. Good day, Tony.
Hi. Good afternoon to all. Thank you very much for the invitation. And I'm sure it's going to be a very good and long and heated conversation with you, Tony.
100%, Tony. I just want to say before anything else, thank you so much, because I understand time is not your best friend. You're always on the move, you're busy, and I just want to say thank you for honoring this invite, firstly, and obviously to your team and everyone around you who's allowed us an opportunity to engage with you today. I just want to say a big shout out to them. I tried to introduce you, but I don't think I did so much justice to your name, Antonio. Would you please reintroduce yourself and just give the audience an idea of who you are, what you do, and just those kind of things.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. So my name Antonio Loro is Antonio Loro, and I'm 65 years old, a project manager by trade, sort of been doing projects all over the world, and obviously along with that, sort of playing golf for the last 40 years. 3-time Portuguese champion in club championship, 2 times in mid amateur, 1 time overall, and I was actually born in Angola many years ago, and my first nationality is actually Angolan. So it was a dream to come back to Angola and actually contribute for the growth of the country. And I've been in Angola for the last 16 years. And on the last 5, I was invited to become the CEO of a golf resort in Angola, just 70 kilometers away from Luanda. So on these last 5 years, I've been involved with the resort, been even more involved with golf, to the crazy point of becoming a professional with 62 years old. So I've been playing the Senior Sunshine Tour in South Africa for the last 3 years. So it was a crazy decision, but one which was important. One which was important for me as a person and as a sportsman, because it's actually that something which will keep me alive, will keep me training every day, will keep me sort of trying to improve every day, which is actually golf, all about golf. And obviously it was a great opportunity to join with one of the most powerful countries, golf countries in the world, which is South Africa. And obviously giving us the opportunity of networking with important players, important sort of decision makers in golf, which is absolutely vital for us here in Angola. We are a country which only has one golf course, which is actually the one I run. And it's a nation which has no experience whatsoever in golf. So it's a big challenge, and we learn in Africa that if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far away, you go together. So the decision was get together with South Africa, with all the knowledge and the networking in South Africa, and sort of try to make something happen in both ways, in Angola and South Africa. So I hope it was not a very long introduction, but that's pretty much what I am. But as far as this is concerned, is 40 years of golf with many roles, both in Portugal and in Angola.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I have to say thank you for that in-depth introduction. You've taken away all the questions that I had, but I'll find something to ask.
No, please.
But before we even get into the crux of matters, Antonio, I just want to find out something. You mentioned that you only got into the pro circuit 3 years ago, which is through the Sunshine Tour. Now, my question would be, has it always been a dream of yours to actually play professional, or is it something that you were like, you know what, I've been playing this sport for so long, let me just continue enjoying it on a professional level?
Well, you know, that's one of the things which we all golfers share is always the challenge. We need something to challenge us every day. And obviously, playing as an amateur with 65 years old, it would sort of give me a few amateur tournaments. And it was really not sort of the sort of competition and the challenge I was looking for. Obviously, playing with players like a few important names like David Frost, Neville Clark, Andrew McLaren, Doug McGuigan, Keith Thorne, sort of obviously puts the challenge into a completely different level. Obviously, by sharing the golf courses, sharing the putting greens with these very high level sort of players, it will give you a different view of the golf and a different challenge altogether. So I don't know if I made myself clear, but obviously it was a decision because it's playing professional even at 62 years old was more the type of challenge I was looking for than simply playing amateur tournaments here and there, which are fine, but it was not enough for me as a challenge.
I fully understand that, and I think it actually makes sense because as a person, I believe that we thrive on challenges. If we become too complacent, then we don't really get fulfilled to say we have done what we actually wanted to achieve. So thank you for that clarity. Now, if anything, I just want to find out from you, Antonio, is that, I mean, you mentioned that you have played in the amateur circuit for quite some time, and you've got a few accolades from there. Now, when we look at this professional aspect of golf or the professional space, especially when it comes to touring, because I believe that once in a while tournaments would be held in different places. How different is that compared to the amateur circuit? Do you also tour the continent during those amateur matches, or are you only experiencing it now when you get into the professional circuit?
Well, sort of touring as such only now as that I'm playing in the professional circuit, and I played sort of amateur in Portugal for a long time, and it was sort of pretty much sort of national competitions. I did play a few tournaments as an amateur in the professional circuits at my club. I was club captain of Oitavos, which was host of the European Tour events during 5 years in a row. We hosted as well sort of a senior, the Legends Tour, now the Legends Tour, but then the senior tour, the ladies tour, the Challenge Tour. So we had quite a few events, professional events at my club then in Portugal. And obviously as a club captain, I was invited to play quite a few times on the professional tournaments as an amateur. But during these sort of amateur sort of years, I was lucky enough to play, like I played Charles Schwartzel in 1 year. The next year he was played the Pro-Am of the Portuguese Open with Charles Schwartzel. And the next year he won the Masters. So the next year I played with Martin Keimer, and the next year he won the Masters. So I was lucky enough to play with a few big names of the professionals, and I was able as well to understand a bit what was the professional and the touring. But only now at 62 years old, I'm actually sort of being part of that side of the golf game, which is a completely different side and has completely different pressures, completely different challenges from the amateurs. You know, amateur is pretty much like you defend your club, you want to become a good player, but you don't have the pressure of going from one tournament to the other and needing to make money to pay your trip. And even today with me, you go into the driving range, and just in front of you, you have Keith Thorne hitting balls. Behind you, you have James Kingston, and suddenly you realize, what the hell am I doing here? It's a big challenge, and it's even worse when it happens with you and you have to make money to pay your next trip. So the professional circuit is extremely, extremely demanding these days. No doubt. Nothing compared with the amateurs. Although during these last years, the amateurs with the world ranking and the big sort of amateur tournaments is becoming actually the entrance door for the professional circuit. So these boys are really sort of getting the same sort of pressure, the same sort of training, the same sort of challenge that most of the professionals are living on a day-to-day.
100%. And I mean, like you said, the landscape is totally different between amateur golf and professional golf. Now, I just want to find out if you were to compare the intensity of training or preparation between amateur circuit and the professional circuit, what would you say has changed over the years that you've actually played in the professional circuit? And what kind of preparation do you actually do different to what you used to do back then?
Well, Tony, the industry and all the aids that you have today on your preparations from sort of everything, all the computers, all the TrackMans, all the technology, all the software that you put in your body, and you check all the parts of your body in the swing and everything else. The evolution of that side of the game has been absolutely unbelievable. And obviously, with that, all the training is changed quite a lot. So these days, you see people sort of training flexibility, training sort of muscles, and all the preparation that goes into making a top quality professional player is a lot more complete than it used to be in my time. And basically, at my time, we were barely touching the psychological part of the game and the sort of all of that. And today, Tony, that's part of the game. I don't believe there is a top professional player, and I'm sure that most of the top quality amateurs, that they don't have a team of physical training, psychological training, sort of a coach or swing coach, a putting coach, whatever. It's a big team and the training is a lot more detailed, a lot more sort of sophisticated than used to be in my time when I started playing golf. Our idols were people like Severiano Ballesteros. And it was all about talent. It was all about sort of the talent of the game. And we both know these days that talent is not enough. You need to put a lot more. So the long and the short is obviously the preparation, the training, everything else today is absolutely different. A lot more intense, a lot more demanding. And when I was sort of a top amateur, you used to train sort of 2 or 3 times a week, 1 or 2 hours. Well, if you want to be a top professional these days, that is the amount of hours you need to put in one day.
100%. You know, earlier on, I forgot to say, I've got to mention that, because you did mention that you played with Charles Schwartzel, and then he won the Masters, and then you played with Kingston, if I'm not mistaken, and he also won the Masters.
Martin Keimer. I'm not too sure what was the sequence, but it was 2 years in a row, and they both won the Masters, yes. Martin Keimer, it was.
Martin Keimer. Yeah, because I forgot to say, you know what, I think they were very lucky to play with you, because it seems that whoever played with you won the Masters. So if there's anyone out there who wants to win the Masters, they need to schedule a game with you.
Yeah, well, I'm always available. On the Senior Sunshine Tour, we always play with amateurs. It's always a pleasure to share sort of the 2 days of golf with people which are willing to come and experience a bit of these 40 years, a lot of stories, a lot of experiences with amazing people that there's still references of the game of golf these days.
And I mean, as you mentioned, over 40 years playing the sport, and majority of those years, you said you were in the amateur circuit. Now, I just want to find out, obviously, playing in different countries, that the landscape is totally different. And you did make mention that currently in Angola, there's only one golf course, which is Mangai, if I'm not mistaken. And looking at the accessibility thereof, and you were to compare it to South African accessibility to golf courses, how much more work do you think still needs to take place within Angola, for instance, to make sure that they get the landscape competes with some of the world's top countries when it comes to golf?
Well, let me be sort of defend our golf course. As you know, we've been holding sort of. We have the Senior Sunshine Tour coming to us. This year will be the fourth time. So last year, the winner at our golf tournament, the senior Mangai Senior Classic, was David Frost. And so David Frost, when he ended the tournament, he was asked sort of, David, what's your opinion about the golf course? And he told the guy from the radio and the newspaper, he told them that if he was blindfolded and brought on a helicopter down to our golf course, he would believe that, or he would thought that he was in Florida. So basically, our golf course has been sort of rated very, very highly by all the players that have come to play with us. And I mentioned David Frost, but I can mention James Kingston. He was with us already. Keith Horn was the first guy which won the first edition of the Mangai's Senior Classic. We've got Doug McGuigan. He won the second one. This year we had sort of Magnus Levy, which is a Swedish guy with more than 30 years experience in the European Tour. We had Andrew Bossart, he was born in South Africa, but a Swiss, and a member of the Legends Tour committee. And we only received sort of very, very good sort of opinions about the golf course. It's a full championship golf course, extremely demanding, and it's a big challenge, and it's basically untouched land. Is nothing like we have in many, many golf courses in South Africa, which are part of a development project. So we've got a nice golf course, but it's houses all over the golf course. And obviously with us, it's nature, and nature. Yeah. So it's a completely different feel. And once again, it's if I can try to make a similarity to South Africa, the only place where you can actually find something like the golf course we have here in Angola, it's Wild Coast. So you can see basically what we have here, the same type of golf course, the same type of wind, the same type of proximity to the sea. So it's pretty much a Wild Coast golf course in Angola.
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. And I believe our audience can't even wait to... I'm sure that some are already Googling, and some can't even wait to come and play at Mangai. I just want to find out from you, like in secret, playing at Mangai as Antonio, right? How many times have you broken that course? How many times have you actually beat that course?
Well, I broke that course about 2 times playing from the back tees, and not even from the back tees, because this is a 7,000 plus golf course at sea level with fairways that the ball doesn't run like some of the golf courses in South Africa. Yeah. So it's a very long golf course. For me, with 65 years old, I hit the ball between 220 and 240 meters, and I leave myself many times 7 woods and 5 woods as a second shot. Yeah. So it's not an easy golf course. Obviously, for somebody like Keith Horn, which still plays on the Senior Sunshine Tour, is one of the top players of Legends Tour. He hits the ball 270, 280. It's easier. For me,
Yeah.
it's not an easy golf course. It's a golf course which I'm very, very happy when I go around in level par.
Mm, mm, mm. No, 100%. And just words of wisdom to young golfers like myself. If you were to share something and reflecting on your early ages as a golfer, to say, okay, how or what would be the best way to approach the sport in general? Is it more about how hard you hit or how far you hit, or is it more about how strong you are mentally? Like you said, there's a huge difference now between amateur and professional, in the sense that the mental acumen has been emphasized in the professional aspect. So if you were to look at your young self and maybe give a few tips to say, okay, right now I'm in the professional league, in order for you to actually continue enjoying golf and continue being the best at what you do, what would you say are the key things that young golfers should actually look into?
Well, Tony, really, basically, if you reduce the the golf game, it's all about sort of hitting fairways, hitting greens, and making putts. And actually, believe it or not, I believe the last one is by far the most important. If you putt well, and if you go and check all the big names in the game of golf, they were all in their time extremely good putters. And I can tell you that I played, as I say, I played with many professionals. I played a few tournaments with top quality professionals and second level professionals and third level professionals. Tony, they all hit the ball very far. They all hit the ball very well. The difference is actually the short game and putting. If you do that well, you become a great player, a golf player. So really, for me, even today, it's the big challenge is go round and putt well, make 29, 28, 30 putts. Then you have extremely good round of golf. Because if you do that, obviously the pressure of your long game, the pressure of your approach shots, it's less than when you know that if I'm not going to make the fairway, and then if I have myself a long putt, I'm going to three putt or I'm going to miss the putt. So the pressure for me starts building up from the green backwards. So if you're putting well, it's easier. You know, well, I missed the green, but I can chip and putt, or I went to the bunker and I can do a bunker shot and a putt. So I believe 60% of the game of golf today is putting. You need to putt well to become a very good golf player. It's my opinion.
100%. No. That's I mean, as I said, 40 years plus in golf. I'd rather listen to all the advice that I can get and note it down than actually just going and approaching with my little experience that I have in the sport.
You know, but yeah, it's really it has been and it always will be. And putting is a game within a game. We all say that, and it's really what makes the difference. I was playing sort of a couple of times in the Senior Sunshine Tour, and Bobby Lincoln, he told me something which I agree 100%, and that's the difference. It's putting is all about visualizing. If you see the ball going in, you have a great chance of the ball going in. So it's something which people don't train, and I see our amateurs, I will see many of our youngsters, they spend a lot of time on the driving range, hitting drivers 270, 280, and don't even spend 10% of that time on the putting green. And obviously, I don't believe that's the right combination to become a good golfer.
100%. All right, Antonio, we've reached the halfway mark of our show. Can we quickly go for a 2-minute water break? And then when we get back, sure, we will be going deeper and deeper into this conversation because I believe with your experience, there's so much that we can all learn. Even people who are already in the professional circuit who are listening, they can still learn because I believe there's nothing that can eliminate experience, regardless how good you are. If you don't have the experience or you haven't walked a certain path, the only thing that can teach you would be from the horse's mouth who has walked that path. So if you don't mind, can we quickly go for that 2-minute break and then we'll get back into the conversation, sir?
Okay, we'll do so. Thank you. Thank you, Tom.
The Magician. In a world where fairways meet the airwaves, where birdies and banker collide, welcome to the show that takes you beyond the clubhouse and onto the green. This is Balls and Tees, your passport to the golfing universe, where every swing tells a story and every putt has its punchline. Get ready to step onto the lush greens and dive into the world of divots, drives, and delightful banter. The Magician.
Invisible Ink Consulting, your gateway to financial success. We specialise in providing the best solutions to manage your finance and accounting, ensuring a better life for you and your business. Our expert team offers top-notch accounting and tax consulting services tailored to various industries, including but not limited to engineering, medical practitioners, in construction, non-profits, events management, attorneys and financial services. Experience the power of our best analytics, backed by a commitment to our clients and a high level of knowledge. At Invisible Ink Consulting, we strive to deliver the best service you can get, making your financial journey seamless and rewarding. Choose Invisible Ink Consulting for a brighter financial future. Your success, our priority. Please visit us at www.invisibleinc.co.za to reach us. www.invisibleinc.co.za.
The Magician. In a world where fairways meet the airwaves, where birdies and banker collide, welcome to the show that takes you beyond the clubhouse and onto the green. This is Balls and Tees, your passport to the golfing universe, where every swing tells a story and every putt has its punchline. Get ready to step onto the lush greens and dive into the world of divots, drives, and delightful banter. The Magician.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are still here on a Wednesday evening. Balls and Tees, the only relevant podcast when we talk about golf internationally, not just here in South Africa. And as you already know, we are joined by a Sunshine Senior Tour player who is from Angola, and this man has a lot of experience behind him when it comes to golf. So we will be going into a second segment, and he'll be sharing a lot more about his experiences and maybe share a couple of tips to golfers who are interested in becoming professional, or even if you just want to play social. There's a few tips that can actually help you stand out amongst the rest. Antonio?
Yes, Tony.
Thank you so much for staying on the line. We had a beautiful conversation before the break. So now, as I said, we are going to drill a bit deeper into what we've been discussing. The one thing that I just want to find out from you, you've seen all the changes within golf over the years that you've played golf, whether it be clubs, whether it be course layouts, or even all the developments and technologies around golf. Now, I just want to find out from you, obviously, you are in the professional sector, and as you said, it's intense. One needs to prepare physically, mentally, and emotionally before every single game. There is technological advancements in equipment, there's tracking systems, swing analysis, and all those kind of things. Now, I want to find out from you as a professional golfer, how often or what impact do these things actually have in your game overall?
Well, they do have quite a lot of impact, and starting for instance on putting. Today you have equipments like Blast, which is a small equipment which you add to the grip of your putter, which gives you absolutely vital information. Putting is all about the way you present the face of the club to the ball at the moment of impact, and half of degree of closed on open can determine that you're going to make the putt or miss the putt. So that technology which helps you to understand your swing putt in your putter and how you present the face of the putter to the ball, it's a massive change from what it used to be. We used to practice with aluminium rulers, 1 meter aluminium rules, trying to hit the putts, and the ball could not leave the aluminium rule. Obviously, that would training you the way that you presented the face of the putter to the ball. But with this new technology, is absolutely vital. And as you go to the full swing with the TrackMans and all that technology, it gives you vital information about what you need to do with your golf swing. But probably because I'm still an old school golfer, obviously all that technology tells me how the swing is. But teaching golf for me, or teaching a golf swing, it's all about feelings, because you can see everything you want on these beautiful technologies and everything else. But as somebody, when you try to tell somebody what to do to correct the swing, it cannot be a piece of software. It cannot be an informatic information. It needs to be a feeling. You need to feel that your club is coming more inside, more up. Your hands need to be a little bit looser. So really, I believe that's the real important part of our today's teaching pros. It is the ability of bridging the technology with being able to transmit the necessary feelings and sort of information, so the golfers can change the swing and improve. So I would say that the technology is a huge step, and it brings you a lot of information. But really, I still do believe that people that want to improve golf, they need to go to teaching pros and being able to be with them once a month or once every 2 months, and being able to check the swing and see what's happening, and that will improve a lot, not only technology. Because Tony, I see these days, because YouTube is a huge source of swing tips. You see everything. You see from Chinese guys swinging the club and teaching you how to swing inside, outside, drives and draws and fades and everything else. That's all great. But you need to be with the teaching pro. He needs to tell you, well, this is basically what you need to do. Because one thing is what you see in YouTube, and you believe that's what you need in your swing. And so many times it's not, Tony. It's not, really not. You need somebody which is able to look at you and say, well, this is basically what you need.
Yeah, 100%. And just to make a follow-up on that, 2 weeks ago, we had a guest, Jason Rowe, who is one of the founding members of the Golfers Club. And I asked him a question to say, okay, how important is it to actually get the right equipment or to go for fittings? And can I just ask you this as a professional, as someone who's seen the ups and downs within golf, to say, okay, how valuable is it for you to actually go for fittings if you want new clubs? And how does it relate to you? As you said, when it comes to things like a swing, it's more about feeling for you. Now, when it comes to equipment, obviously the weight will differ, the shaft will differ, the club face will differ. So how imperative is it to make sure that you've got the right clubs for you so that you can actually play the right kind of golf?
Well, for me, it's fundamental. I go quite often to South Africa to have my equipment checked and do the fittings. Anytime that I see that something is not correct, it's obviously all my clubs are checked and they are made exactly to my specifications, and everything is checked to the detail. And that detail is absolutely vital for you to perform at very high level. So for professionals these days, Tony, it's a must. If you really want to play your best, you need to go to a fitting. You need to understand exactly what's the best equipment, what's the best specifications, and that's vital. Now, as far as amateurs, let me tell you that obviously, as far as amateurs, yes, from a certain point from a certain level of handicap onwards, it's also absolutely vital that you see you go to do a fitting for many reasons. First, because the equipment we buy off the shop sometimes is not exactly the correct specifications for you. Sometimes the equipment itself, because it's mass production, is not exactly what it should be. So the combination of, and I'll tell you a very funny but very common thing. You have a set of clubs, and then you have one club which you don't like. You never hit that club well. Never. It's the 6-iron that everything works perfectly. But when I get to my 6-iron, it's not working well. Tony, just get it to a fitting, because probably the 6-iron, the specifications are wrong. There is something which is not exactly the same as the other clubs. And that's the reason why you cannot hit the 6-iron. It's nothing to do with your swing. So the long and the short is, well, Tony, absolutely, fitting is fundamental. If you really want to improve your handicap, there is two sorts of fitting which I'll recommend for everybody. One is obviously the general player, the general play, like the irons and the drivers and the woods. That's great. But one which many people don't even think about, it's a proper putting fitting. So as you know, there is proper equipment. You can be fitted. You can adjust the loft of your putter. You can adjust the lie angle. You can adjust the length of your putter. And I can tell you that can make a huge difference. That can mean 4 or 5 shots in a round of golf. So fitting, by all means, 100%.
Amen. Thank you so much for that input, Antonio. Now, you spoke about the difference that putting can actually make. It can actually determine whether you win or lose. With that being said, I really want to find out from you. Actually, I've been dying to ask you this question since we started the show, to say which one of the tours you've played in was your best and which was your worst, and why was one the best? Why was one the worst? Could it be the fact that you won? Could it be the fact that the environment was incredible? What actually made the difference between the two, the worst and the best, that you've actually played?
Well, the best was by far winning the Mid Amateur Championship in Portugal.
Oh.
Just to give you an idea, the last day you play foursomes, which is a terrible modality of playing golf. So as you know, one guy it's alternate shots and alternate tees. So if you miss your tee shot, your partner will be killing you. So it's a big pressure. And obviously we started the last day, which was foursomes. We started the day. We were about 8 shots behind the team which was leading.
Oh.
And playing foursomes, myself and my partner, we played sort of a level par on a very, very tough golf course. And the other team which played with us also from our club, it also played level par. So we recovered 8 shots and we won actually by 5. So actually what was different, I don't know. I can tell you that the golf hole was looking a lot bigger than usual because we were sort of reading the lines, reading the greens, and making putts from all over the place, sort of hitting tremendously good shots, recovering very well. So, it's sometimes the best is described by many of us in golf like being in the zone. So you ended up not having any swing thoughts, and you don't have any keys, and you just look at the target and you fire at the target and it goes, and you make everything. So that's the difference between the best and the worst is when you get to the golf course full of doubts and full of swing thoughts, and you forget about the target, you forget about enjoying your game, and then every shot is a pain, and it goes from worse to worse. And obviously, what I'm saying, I'm sure that many of us today on this podcast, we know this feeling. Unfortunately, we know this feeling, and it's all about sort of the mental game. The mental game can bring you to your best, can take you to your worst, and you really need to focus on sort of visualizing the shots, shooting at the target, and the confidence will be raising and raising. And I don't know if I did explain myself and try to convey the difference between the best and the worst. My best experience, I had a few. I won a few big sort of amateur tournaments. I played a few finals of amateur tournaments, the World Corporate, all of those. So I've been there, and the ones I've won, the common trace of all of those, it's on those days you just look at the target and the ball goes. It's as easy as it can get.
100%. No, thank you for that explanation. And to make a follow up on that, I'm gonna put you on the spot and
more. You're gonna put me more.
So it goes like this. Obviously, you've been playing in the senior Sunshine Tour, like you said, for the past 3 years. Mm-hmm. You've played numerous courses here in South Africa. Now, of all the courses that you've played, if there's anyone that is in this year's Sunshine Senior Tour, which one are you looking forward to playing this year, and why is that?
That's a very easy question, Tony. Everybody at the Senior Sunshine Tour knows that for me it's Umwood, it's Port Elizabeth. I love my golf course in Portugal was a links golf course. Mm-hmm. So I played sort of too many years on links golf course, and it's the type of golf which goes with my style. I'm quite sort of comfortable with playing on a links golf course. Umwood in Port Elizabeth is a beautiful golf course, an old golf course, a really sort of proper links golf course, and it's tough, but it's no, I don't know. For me, it's very enjoyable, very very enjoyable. So I'm always asking the people on the Senior Sunshine Tour when it's going to be Port Elizabeth. I'm there.
Mm. No, 100%. And then okay, obviously there needs to be an opposite to that, to say, okay, which one has been your nemesis since you started playing in the Sunshine Senior Tour?
But Tony, before I tell you that one, let me tell you that many people ask me, Antonio, what's the best golf course in the world that you played until today? And just for you to see how crazy I am, for me, the best golf course in the world is Carnoustie, which is probably one of the toughest golf courses in the world. So, so it's crazy, but it's the style of golf I like. And Carnoustie is something which you also see in a couple of golf courses in South Africa. For me, the quality of the golf course, it's not only the quality of the course itself, it's the quality of the clubhouse, it's the quality of the service, how do you received, and the ambience, and when you get to Carnoustie, you like sort of breathing golf every second from the time you step out of the car. So, so in terms of my worst experience in the Senior Sunshine Tour, by far, and it's nothing to do with the quality of the golf course or the clubhouse, which is all beautiful, all great. But sort of 2 years ago, we played in Lost City, and the greens were about 14 on the steam meter. So basically, I found myself in many greens trying to see how the hell I could three putt. So my first putt was trying not to get outside the green. So it was a very, 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 very tough sort of experience, and obviously it was mentally draining and very tough. But nothing to do with the quality of the golf course, which was great. The views were great. The clubhouse, it's beautiful. Nothing to do with that. But if you did ask me what was my worst experience, that was the one.
100%. And I mean, like you said, it's not about the quality of the halfway house or anything like that. It's basically what you experience on that day, and it will differ from person to person. Same as you saying the best golf course for you. Some people may say, you know what, that was the worst because it's so tough. But I get an idea that you enjoy the challenge to actually get better and better after every single game.
Absolutely, that's the name of the game, Tony. No doubt about that. It's every time that you step on tee number one, you want to do better than you did last time, even if you won the tournament. You had a tremendous round, but on the next day, when you go to tee number one, you want to do something better. And obviously, that's golf. That's why golf is such a huge learning experience for life, for my profession. I know golf teach you about your strong points, your weak points, and you need to, in every day, you need to play for your strong points and understand what's your strategy. So golf many times teach you a lot more than you actually sort of convey on the first view. It's a very, very it's a huge source of learning. It has been for me. In not only that, but being a club captain for almost 20 years and managing so many teams, so many talented amateurs, you understand how to see other people and mentally when they are strong and when they're not strong. So it's been a very very profitable journey, my 40 years of golf, really.
100%. And I have to say, like I alluded earlier to the audience, to say that, you know what, we are going to engage with one of the encyclopedias of golf, and we need to we need to celebrate people who have been in the sport, who have played the sport on different levels, people who have played the sport from different countries, because, as I said, nothing can substitute experience, regardless how good you are. But if you've not walked a certain route, nothing can actually teach you except for those who've walked that road before.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely. Nothing can teach you to win unless you have lost first. So losing is the only way, the only teaching that I'm losing my words in English, but in order to be able to win, you need to be able to lose and understand with your losses what needs to be done to become a winner. And that's the name of the game. And Tony, the point is, even the top guys, if you see the amount of tournaments they play and the percentage of tournaments they've won, it's unbelievable. The percentage of the top guys will be 2 or 3% of the tournaments they've played.
Sure.
It's tough. It's a tough game. You don't win every day, and it's tough, really tough, no doubt.
No, 100%. Now, we've basically reached the end of today's episode. But before I let you go, Antonio, the Sunshine Senior Tour for 2025, I believe it has started. Now, I want to find out from you, what's the plan this year? Are we taking all the majors, or what's happening?
Well, the Senior Sunshine Tour 2025 has already started with the Q School, which happened at the end of January at the Royal. At the moment, the Senior Sunshine Tour, it's sort of having an internal profitable discussion to see how we can join efforts to increase the quality, increase the tournaments, increase the prize monies of the Senior Sunshine Tour. It's been a discussion which has been going on for the last month or two, and we'll end at the beginning of March with a general AGM, and by then we'll certainly have a very an increased sort of agenda, an increased number of tournaments with more quality, more prize money. And the only thing I can tell you for sure is that Angola will still be on the agenda, and we will keep on improving our tournaments. This year, once again, the prize money will be around 1.2, 1.5 million rands. So 40 top players from 30 top players from the Senior Sunshine Tour, and 10 top players, which will be our guests from Europe. And this year we hope to have one of two really big names from Europe coming to play with us in Angola. And we already have the confirmation that David Frost will be with us in Angola. So at the moment, we're working hard to prepare this year for the Senior Sunshine Tour. I know that the board members and the players committee are getting together to make sure that we'll do more and better than we did last year.
Awesome stuff. And I definitely wish you all the best for this year. And I have to say, I'm actually gonna be looking out to see your name in the top 3 for every single tournament that you're participating in, Antonio.
Well, that will be like reaching the reaching the stars. I hope so. Really, Tony. Really, my target this year is obviously to enjoy myself and to be able to improve in every tournament, which I believe it can be done. And if we reach the top three, we'll be like reaching the stars. But if you don't mind, if you do allow me just 1 minute, and obviously people heard about Angola, and at the moment we have this offer to South African players which want to come and play with us in Angola, basically because we are aware of the very high prices of the airfares to Angola. Basically, what we are offering for people coming from South Africa to play with us is that we offer the stay and golf during the weeks. So if you want to come and play with us for 3 or 4 days during the week, the accommodation and the golf will be free. You only have to pay your airfare and your food and drinks while we're here. And obviously in Mangués, we have a few other things to offer, which are very appealing to South Africa. We are about 1 kilometer away from a top fishing lodge where you can have top fishing experience, both in the open sea and in the river. And we have a very, very special place. We have 152 different species of birds, of which 5 are endemic. They only exist in Angola, and they exist in our resort. So if people want to come and join us for a couple of days of playing golf, I'm sure we can offer a few other very interesting experience for people which like the contact with nature.
Wow, that's a huge offer, Antonio, and I hope everyone is listening. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, whoever you are out there, the name of the resort is Mangués. Am I saying it right, Antonio?
Absolutely. Mangais. Mangués. Yes. You can see it on the web. You can obviously, if people want, they can reach you, and you have my contacts. I'll be more than happy to help people come and offer the accommodation and golf for free during the weekdays.
Awesome stuff. Once again, Antonio, I really have to say thank you for sharing your experiences, your insights, your wisdom with us. And thank you once again for joining us and gracing us with your presence. As I said, this year, I'm looking forward to seeing you in the top 3. If it doesn't happen, I hope you enjoy every single game, even if you're playing at the West Coast that you've experienced. I hope that this year it will be different.
Yeah, no, for sure. Thank you very much, Tony, for the opportunity of sharing some of my golf experience and hearing from you. And it's always a pleasure to talk about golf, talk about experience. And once again, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you once again, and you must have yourself a lovely evening. I believe that this is the year of success.
Okay, we hope so. Thank you very much, Tony.
All right, thanks. Antonio.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Bye.
All right, bye. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. That is our international guest, Mr. Antonio Loro. He is, like he said, the CEO of Mangués Golf Resort. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, you heard the offer. All you have to do is make sure that you make contact with the lodge. If you're going to Angola, you only pay for your flight tickets, your drinks, your food. They will sort you out with the accommodation and some nice golf on the number 1 resort there is in Angola. That's weekdays. So if you didn't get the details, you can contact us. We will be delighted to help you, because I believe that every single person needs to experience golf in all different parts of the world and make sure that you engage with more people and continue building the society. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end of our slot today. With that being said, I have to say, don't say you heard it from me. My weekend is starting today. If you're going to work tomorrow, make sure that you go refreshed and then you do your ultimate best to perform. Friday, yeah, you can start contacting me so that we can make plans so that you can start playing golf. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, the magician, the boy with a lot of flair, the classic man, I am Tony Tone, and I am signing out. Thank you. I love you. The magician.